Hello, everyone. Happy Tuesday. So, I'm super excited because we are continuing the universal law segment. So, last week we did the law of attraction and the law of vibration. If you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. It's very interesting. I got a lot of comments about people saying this is so interesting. I want to dive into this topic more because these are the laws we're not taught in school. So we're taught the law of gravity, what comes up must come down. We know this, but we weren't taught a lot of these universal laws that help govern how we act and how we attract things into our life. And on a bigger scale. So today we're talking about the law of divine oneness, and so this is a beautiful law that's so important for all of us to really know and understand. So, what is this law of divine oneness, you ask? And if you're coming in, please say hi. Let me know who's here. And any questions or comments, please ask them. I'm super happy to either explore this with you more if I don't have the answer, or share my insights that I've learned, because I've done a lot of research on this topic. I'm just so interested in learning the laws of the universe, The Secret. That's why I love the movie The Secret. I want to find out the truth. Why are we here? What is our purpose? So yeah, I've done a lot of deep diving. So this is just a little snippet of knowledge that I've gained over the years. So the law of divine oneness. So basically, we are all one. We are all one collective. People say collective consciousness. We are a part of source energy. So that's why we're one, because we all come from the same source. And so when you know this, if we are one with the Creator Almighty, that means we have the same creative power and ability within us too. And because we're connected, we can tap into that infinite wisdom at any moment. And we are continuously being given. So you might get a hunch, or some people call it your intuition. But this is source energy, God, universe, Holy Spirit, that's, flowing to and through you at all times. So the best way to get connected to the oneness is really just quieting our minds, getting still, and getting connected. Once you're quiet, then you can start hearing the answers. And if you have a clear ask, then you shall receive. A lot of times, we're not really asking for anything, or you just ask for guidance, ask for a sign, ask for what's the best next step I need to take. We have all this within us because we are all knowing. Okay, so whatever you do and say and think is really getting pushed out there into the collective that we all are. And it's really interesting because we seem to have these physical bodies, but really we are made up of 99.9% like space. So there, it looks like we're these solid physical beings, but really we are all connected in this energetic vortex, right? And then in spirit, in truth, spirit, they say that energy can't be created or destroyed. So if someone dies, it's not really a death, because that energy is just getting transmuted. And this is a universal law. So we're not talking about a spiritual law of like, spirit just is, God is. So there's no like changing. It's just kind of this present now love expansiveness. But the universal laws, so this is really, laws that are governing our 3D world. So these are the ones. This is just a beautiful thing, because whatever you give out comes back to you, and that's because of the law of one. So that's why it's so nice to be kind. I mean, it's kind to be kind, but it's even deeper than that. It's kind of more of a selfish thing to be kind, because what you give, you receive. And also whatever you think in your mind. So if you're thinking, so this is interesting. So if you're thinking about somebody, I was on a call with John Gray. He's on Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus, that book. And he was like, okay, I want you to just think about your partner and send thoughts, really exciting, loving thoughts to them, because you want a lot of emotion. And the emotion is what really, fuels just this like telekinesis almost. But it just creates like a stronger energy sent. So basically, we just made this thought, and then in that instant, and I hadn't talked to my partner all day, in that instant he just said, I love you and I appreciate you, I hope you're having a great day. And you could say it's a coincidence, but I don't really believe in coincidences. Sometimes you might think about somebody and then they call you like, I haven't heard from you in a while. You're like, oh, that's interesting, I was just thinking about you. But that's because we're all connected. So some people do like, say, like theta energy healing or Reiki energy healing, and it's like, how can that work? Well, because we're all connected, when you guys both come into agreements to do this energy healing, and you combined, that's what they say, when two or more are gathered. It's just so powerful. So you can send that energy healing because we're connected. So that's a beautiful thing. So when I was saying being kind is almost a selfish thing. I mean, it's a beautiful thing, right? But also it helps you so much because when you can, see with the eyes of forgiveness, see somebody that the divine oneness that's in them. Also, you'll see in the Bible it says, "Love thy neighbor as thyself," and so it's a good thing because it spreads peace and love. But it also because then it instills in your own mind and heart that the world is good, that there's good. And so when you do something bad, then you're going to think the world is bad because we're one. So you're putting that out there. And then also just in terms of karma, what you put out, you're going to get back. So maybe not in that instant, in that moment, maybe years later, but what you put out comes back. So it's really for your good to do good in the world. Oh, hey, Thomas. Good to see you here. Some are thick in the head and won't receive my signals. Funny. Yeah, no, so many people are asleep. And so, we love them anyways, of course, we love everybody. But some people are not awake to this truth because we've been programmed. That's why it's like TV programming. Like, we are not open minded. Like, a lot of times people just take what's given on the surface. And so they don't have that connection to the divine, to the oneness, to their infinite wisdom. So that's why it's really important to be aware of these laws and how we can use them to our benefit. Hey, good to see you. All right, so I just wrote a couple thoughts down. I think I talked about most of them. And I don't want these to be too long. So if you have any questions, please let me know. I love when you guys come on. So good seeing you. And just remember that you are connected to God. Say what you want. There's really no like words or images, in spirit, it just is. But so whatever feels right to you. So it's like, it's all about the feeling because God is love. So whatever makes you feel that like warm, loving presence of peace and stillness and love, then that's what you call it. I say God, say universe, source, energy, divine consciousness. But for me, so we are one with God, the all-knowing, the all-powerful. So you have all those creative capabilities within you. And then also we are connected to everyone. We're all one. So whatever you do to another, you are doing to yourself. So just do good in the world, and you're doing it for you. And then also with karma, one thing is you can call on the law of forgiveness, and then your karma, when it comes back to you, as long as you're, seeing people with that peace and love, then you're not going to have to experience it because you've already kind of transcended it by understanding these laws, understanding that we're all one. So anyways, I hope this was interesting. I'm going to come back with some more universal laws next Tuesday. There's a lot of universal laws. I was looking it up. There's really a lot of them. So I'm going to do the fundamental ones that I've learned. And yeah, it sounds good. I'll talk to y'all later. Have a great night. Bye.